Good morning. How are you? It's a beautiful day. It's Friday, a day for you to make the best, get some tea, get some tea, very hot tea, I'm still having me some cinnamon tea. It's delicious. And guess what? I'm having me my shawarma, but guess it's pieces. It's in pieces and stuff like that. So today we're going to be discussing about this. The reason why I'm going to be discussing about this today, wow, I don't even know how to eat it. Guess I have to eat it with a fork. Couples, like a wife who is married to her husband, and her husband is married to her. You have some mishaps in the kitchen, and the husband will be like, "Woman, I want you to make me another one," without caring whether she has like hormonal imbalances and stuff like that. So this is what I'm going to be discussing today. Women who are also interested in getting married, you also have to find out whether the man knows about woman's body, how the woman's body is wired. No. How the woman's body is wired, her thoughts, her thinking is not just all selfish in his own man hormones and stuff like that, and then you also have to know about testosterone's, hormones and stuff like that, So you just don't dive into a relationship without knowing how the, male and female hormonal balances work. You have to know. I know the men have more of like a balanced hormones and stuff, but they also have hormonal issues. So, cheers. Bismillah. So, you find out a man who is very patient. You want to get married, the same thing that they look for. Men look for women who are very patient. They like patient women. They like to test your patience. The same thing, you should also look for a man who is patient. Like if I will like a man who is patient. When I'm having my menstrual issues, hormonal imbalances, pregnancy stuff, you have to plan. Life is all about also your interest. You can't dive into a relationship because you're just from the northern region. Now we have upgraded. Welcome to my page, Aminaofafrica. You also have to have your own interest, how to find your balance, how to grow in your marriage, go to school, be it both Western, Islamic knowledge, get more knowledge about your religion so you'll be able to defend your, marriage, so you can also, impact and sit your husband down, and your husband can sit you down and talk to you, and you can talk to each other, and what have you, with respect, establish the root cause of a relationship is respect. And then you also have your demands. He has his own demand, and communication. So just because you're from Africa, that doesn't mean you can demand. That doesn't mean you can have the Western mind, and that doesn't mean you can do it with decency. That doesn't mean you also don't want exposure. Women nowadays, they love exposure, just like how men like exposed women. We all love exposure, we love exposed men. You can't just go and say, you're a cultural man, this is how we do it in our culture, this is how we do it, our tradition, I'm going to do it this way. Oh, you have to man up, The world is a global world, And I remember working with some people, I'm not going to tell them, I taught them how to eat pistachio in an executive way, They were all local, all from their villages and stuff, and now they're all in an executive stuff. I had to teach them some things, and what have you, brush them up, and what have you, So you have to be exposed. You have to be exposed in a good way, not in a negative way, or in a provocative way, but in a good way, You have to be exposed, you have to be up to date, you have to be in current affairs and what have you, swing it always in the dimension of life. Be diverse and stuff is very, very important. So that's about and then when a woman messes up, whether in the kitchen because she's having a bad day and stuff, it's not all the time that you're going to be having a good day. You have to say, oh, that food is delicious, it's beautiful, even if it's burnt. You have to say it's beautiful. You have to suck it up. That's the essence of you being a man. You have to suck it up. I'm not saying all the time she messes up you say, oh, it's delicious. No, you have to adapt some new things, some new ways, and how some people relate internationally and stuff, how it works for them, why they last longer in a relationship, and why you are also like this and your relationship is not lasting longer, and all the women don't want to stick around, because they know that you have this nasty attitude. It's not about the money. It's about how you treat them, how you make them feel. It's very important you treat a woman, she feels she's at home, she feels this is a place that I'm going to last forever. The only reason why I'm going to leave this house is my body, is my dead body, And that's the same thing. You should be feeling the same way. But there's some women, the moment they jump in, it's too hot for them, like a boiling water, and they need to get out because they can't stand your nasty attitude. Their father have treated them so well in their houses, he wishes them the best. They see how their father has been gentle, he has catered for them and stuff, and then they come to your house, you treat them like a maid. You treat them like they're second-class citizens or third-class citizens. You give them mental trauma. They are always panicking. Let me meet up. Panicking. But when you were busy trying to go to them, to marry them, to get married to them, you went there. You thought it was all about money, showing off and stuff, It's the content of the character. The character is what matters. Since you people love marriages, you love marriage. The management is why it's making good women to also stay behind and keep watching the show. You hear this one is going to her third marriage. I have friends who are getting to their third marriage, and it's not that fun, because they're mentally disabled, mentally messed up. And they have trauma. Some of them have trauma in relationships, You live with somebody who you don't know his character, but you're hoping he's going to give you the best. He's going to be a prince charming or your king charming. And then you go and you find out he's going out 12 midnight to go and chase other women while he leaves you at home, and you hold on to his social status quo, And then, occasions he wants you to go and represent him and what have you. While you're there, you're not mentally there. You know what your husband is doing. Most women know what their husbands are doing. So you want a woman, you must learn to respect her. You must learn to give her own, her own fair share. You must learn to know that also she stands in just like the way you stand in, So, and I realize now there are women who cheat. You're going out to cheat, they're also going out to go and cheat. You're cheating with their friends, they're cheating with your friends. So it's a toxic relationship, most people who are managing it. And they think it's a game. It's not a game, and it's not a healthy environment for the children. So those are things that we don't talk about, We just like the dowry part, the ceremony, the kamu, the convoy when you take the woman, the convoy, all your friends bring out their Rolls Royce and, and what have you, your Range Rover, Mercedes. And you're taking her to give her shit. So when you are getting married, it's not all about the cars and stuff, We have to learn to take our content of character, and that's very important. Abu Bakar Mohammed Ibrahim, point of correction. The camera is turned the other way, so you always assume I'm eating with my left hand. I'm eating with my right hand, my God-given hand. Even though I'm a lefty, I eat with my right hand. I was able to do that. So point of correction is the right hand. Thank you very much for pointing that out. I'm grateful. So we get to a stage where our content is everything, our patience is everything, our mindset is everything. Our mindset must be able to bring out all those beautiful structures on things and dimensions and light. Your mindset is what keeps a marriage. It's not your money, it's not your, it's not your nastiness, but your mindset, your good intentions, she sees it, he sees it, and you go there, he can see your mindset, she can see your mindset, she can see your intentions, through your actions. But people forget that they just like the ceremony, and that's why you see marriages last 1 week, some 3 days, some 1 month, before all their clauses comes out. They get to know each other, some 1 year, some 2 years, and many things. It's not how big the marriage is, it's how big your heart is, it's how big your good faith is, it's how big your patience is. So when your woman or when your man also is allowed to go into the kitchen and cook. The same thing with the woman, in the real tradition of Islam, the man is supposed to bring food and give it to his wife, not the wife looking for food to cook for the husband. But in our own tradition now, people think that the woman must be able to cook. She's been judged by her cooking and stuff. Is a voluntary order. It's not a must. You are the one, you are supposed to feed her in her house, in the house that she's staying, where you pay the dowry to. So some men think that when they pay dowry, they give you all kinds of shit. They give you all kinds of nasty attitude. The same thing with women. When they think that you've paid their dowry, they give you all kinds of hell and all kinds of nasty things and stuff like that. So it's supposed to be the other way around. You're supposed to, give her the best kind of happiness, the happiness that you've never, expect yourself to bring out. You always have to work on yourself. Always have to work on yourself. You always have to give the best. When you're getting too fat, you have to work out, because it's going to affect your sexual relationship, your mental relationship and stuff. When you are getting depressed, you also have to engage positively and stuff. You have to talk about it with your spouse. Don't be afraid. Don't say, oh, she's going to hold it against me, or she's going to insult me and stuff like that. These are things that we need to cultivate in our society, not the hostility, not the nastiness. You're in a relationship, just a normal relationship, and he's thinking on how to size you up and give you all kinds of nastiness and all kinds of things, exploitation. People go into relationship for exploitation. It shouldn't be that. You should create a healthy environment, a toxic-free environment for yourself. And that's why you see women now, women now are becoming a lot smarter. They also have desires, they have needs. The same thing when you give birth to your daughter, you need to treat the mother right, so your daughter also will be treated right. That's about it. That's about it. Some would take his anger, or she would take her anger on the food. It's not about the food. There's more to that. Little things tipping up and stuff because of lack of communication. So people think you don't know, but you try to give some people access to talk to you, and you start seeing from their characteristics, their intentions, their desires. Some just want to just sleep with you, some just want to just exploit you in different ways. Some they are spiritually a mess. So we must learn to keep it together, and that's about it. You have a blessed day, you and your family. Learn to make yourselves healthy in your home. There's no any other place that you can make yourself healthy but your own home. The more you cultivate peace and healthiness in your house, that's the more you have more of tranquility, and that's what's up. So I just decided to put my hijab on with my nightgown under. It's all real. Life is all real. Don't go about chasing fakeness. You chase fakeness, you get mental issue. So be real. And that's about it. Peace, 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 and bye-bye. Leave your comments, share, and what have you. So let's try and do the Hausa one.